Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are currently in Modona because my Gunbreaker hit 80, and Radovan has our job quest for the level 80. Ah, Serenia, it's good to see you again. Since last we met, I've been introduced to a fair few adventurers who hope to learn the art of a gunbreaker. Though having taught you, my expectations are perhaps a little too high. Radovan's been so preoccupied he's hardly taken on any jobs, leaving me with plenty of time on my hands. Those women who work for Ravenna have me running about after bookstones. Or is it stone tomes? I forgot which. Anyway, what have you been up to? Yeah, let's talk about Thancred. How can that be? Learned it while in an Imperial territory, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm the only gunbreaker to have escaped the destruction of Bozja's citadel. And if I didn't train them, who did? That's it. One of the others must still be out there. Now that you mention it, an adventurer from Gridania told me they saw a man in the Kalan canopy carrying a weapon a lot like your gunblade. A Rovka too. I thought they were talking about you, so I didn't pay much attention, but you haven't been back there since we moved to Ravenna's Toll. I wonder who it could be. Sophie, why didn't you say something sooner? If there's truly one of my fellow gunbreakers, I have to find them. We should probably go with him. Even if there is another gunblade-wielding Rovka, it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be pleased to see Radovan. Perhaps Mother Mion knows something about it? Fully here today. Why yes, a man like that one you described was here but a few days ago. And you're sure he had a gunblade like mine? Identical, I would say, but more importantly, he was looking for you, Radovan. As I was in the midst of explaining the assignment I gave you, he suddenly went off in search of your former client. He was gone before I had a chance to ask his name. Who could he be, and what does he want? Oh look, it's my favorite bodyguard. Oh, what a surprise. I was hoping we'd never... I thought we'd never see you again. Last we met, my sweet Marigold has returned to thrilling audiences with her uplifting performances. As a matter of fact, we have come here to drink to her continued success. Then your timing and choice of venue are impeccable, for we have need of your help. Do you by any chance remember a Rovka man who was looking for Radovan? He may have asked you about the assignment to guard Editha? Yes, I know of whom you speak. We had heard that Radovan was last seen making a beeline for Ulda, and we told him as much. Oh, he won't stay for long when he realizes I'm no longer there. I'd best find him before he moves on. If he follows a similar line of questioning, it'll lead him to our former client. Since Oriel is most likely still undergoing treatment, he'll probably end up talking to Gerard instead. I must say, he was a rather fearsome-looking chap. Not the sort of person you want chasing you. Make sure he doesn't kill you or anything. Or alternately, we could return to Modona and wait for him to find us. Thanks to you, Tim and I have been living together for a little while now. Most of the money I earn goes to fund the frontistry for Oriel's care, though thankfully we still have enough to keep a roof over our heads. Slowly but surely she's improving, though she still can't forgive herself for what she put Tim through. Not sure I can either, but we're all she's got. Daddy says Mummy was very sick before, but she's getting better. Happiness comes easily to some people, while others have to fight for it. I hope you find the strength to support each other in the days to come. Thank you, sir. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, but a man was asking about you. A Rovka bloke, similar sword too. After I told him you'd left Ulda, he headed off in the direction of the airship landing. Not again. He's probably already in Limsa looking for you. Then let's go straight to Futak Yafutak and pray we're not too late. It's the first time I've seen the three of you since that business with goods. Yes, as planned, his testimony led to the convictions of several high-profile criminals. Then a few days later, he died peacefully in his sleep. I see, even though he knew he was beyond forgiveness, his final deed has made Limsa a safer place. If only he'd seen the error of his ways sooner. There was one other thing. A fellow an awful lot like yourself came through not long ago and was looking for you, Radovan. Told him that he'd moved on and that he should try his luck around the airship landing. Then he must have gone to Ishgard. And he'll eventually find his way to Reese, who's hopefully keep him busy until we arrive. Come on, we'd best get going. There you are. We were just discussing that Gunbreaker fellow you're chasing after. He was here looking for you, but I'm afraid you've missed him. I might have guessed. Back to Revenant's Hall it is then. Hold on, when I mentioned Master Mamula, the Dwarfka fellow seemed rather taken aback and then asked where he could find him. Didn't see any reason not to tell him, so... Bloody fool. If a Bozjan survivor is looking for him, his life could be in danger. I have a few. What have I done? Where's Mamula? He went to inspect the exterior walls of Camp Dragonhead, so he's probably at Providence Point. Voices up ahead, with me, Zarenya. Stop. Radovan, been looking everywhere for you. Get away from him, Rustic. Please calm yourself, Radovan. He means me no harm. Like you, I've chosen to put the past behind me. In fact, I came here to ask for Mamula's aid in rebuilding Bozja Citadel. But that's... impossible? Far from it. You see, we were not the only ones to escape the destruction of our home. Those who were away on missions or visiting other settlements were spared. Then there's a chance that... Listen, Radovan, your family is gone. Lost in the blast. The monarchy too. And yet our clan lives on. I will seek out survivors so that we may build a home together. And if we cannot return to where Bozja once stood, we shall find a new land to call our own. Nothing will ever right the wrongs I have committed. Even so, I shall do everything in my power to make Rustic's dream a reality. Radovan, will you join us? I'm sorry, Rustic. I've already lost one family. I do not wish to lose another. Though we are not joined by blood and are as different as night and day, we have each other. That's not all. I've passed on the ways of a gunbreaker to Zarenya. The first of many, I hope. I too taught someone from outside our clan how to wield the gunblade. You have much in common with him, Radovan. He too has someone he wants to keep by his side, like family. If you meet any other Bozjans, tell them I would welcome their help. Perhaps one day our paths will cross again. Look after each other. Thank you, Rustic. Fare we well. So much for being a gunblade-wielding murderer. He seems quite nice, actually. Yes, I'm glad to have been proven wrong on this occasion. Rostic is still as honorable and as wise as I remember him. Nonetheless, I appreciate you coming for my aid, and I must admit I feared the worst when he appeared out of nowhere, but he soon made his intentions clear. I never expected such kindness from not one, but two men who have every reason to want me dead. I'm grateful to you both for allowing me to work for the greater good. Speaking of which, I must fulfill my obligations to these guardians. Until we meet again. Now that's over, we should return to Revenant's Toll and try to earn back the money we spent on airship tickets. Or teleportation. All this time I thought I was the only Bozja left. Now that I know that Rustic and several others are still out there, perhaps I don't need to rush my search for new gunbreakers. In fact, I think I would be better off working as a bodyguard again and show people throughout Eorzea what the Bozjans are capable of. Seeing is believing after all. Maybe I could do the same for Damaska. Oh, did I not tell you? I'm originally from Rabanasta, the capital. The city itself was destroyed, deliberately I might add, by the Garleans after a failed rebellion, but our traditions live on, and I think I'd make quite a good ambassador for my people. If everything goes according to plan, we'd be traveling to the far corners of the realm and meeting all sorts of people. Though, we'll still use Revenant's Toll as a place to hang our hats, as I believe the saying goes. Of course, with as gifted a successor as you, I have to keep training so I won't be outdone, or maybe you'll be the one teaching me next time. Gunhilda's Blade 2. I often join expeditions to hunt for tombstones, whereas Radovan only occasionally comes along. He says once in a while is fine, but I don't want to turn it into a daily grind. I take it your skills as a gunbreaker are as sharp as ever. How fare you? Okay, yeah, we just had that. Good, then that was already the episode to the Gunbreaker. And I kind of would have expected him to be a bit more involved with say Bozjan resistance quests, but so far they have not been. Which is fine, I suppose. And with that, I end this episode. Until next time, I am Ace, and don't get lost.